All right. Let's get everything sorted here. We are on the map screen. That is a lot of territory. Ooh. Oh, man. That is a lot of territory indeed. All right, let me go ahead and put the prediction up because this is going to be a big one. Because it is a three-way fight. So let's go ahead and look at everything. So the... four... And I'll put that on 20. Excellent. All right, stuff's loot. And everything is good to go. All right, so here is the deal. This is going to be a three-way fight. The two main factions are OPFOR and BLUFOR. However, there is a CIA position, and there's all of these objectives all around. Green 4, being the CIA, they only have a handful of guys in play. Their only job is to collect data from a bunch of laptops. These laptops are all over the map, and there's also a garage nearby each position for them to grab a new vehicle and drive out of. 9 points total there. If they get access to all of the laptops, they win. Otherwise, BLUFOR and OPFOR have a common objective of trying to hold a mosque location, which I am trying to find at the moment. Might just take me a hot second. Both sides appear to have a forward position, and both sides have an air base. So the mosque is all the way down here. That is worth 5 points. And then both sides, if their faction leader is kept alive till the end of the game, they get a point. And then if they retrieve intel from a dead spy, they gain 2 points. However, there are 4 spy locations. So laptop markers are green when completed. There is a clocked CIA garage. I'm assuming that's just meant to be locked with a Humvee near each laptop. Basically, the CIA are the only people that can get it and use that garage. Otherwise, objectives here. Commander and 2SC are the only units that can use the radio trucks to show the location of the spies. Interesting. So I think that means that the CIA positions are marked, and both sides are trying to hunt the spies down. Radio truck can show the position of spies every 2 minutes. Radio mast can be used to show the location of enemy radio trucks every 4 minutes. So if you want to stop your opponent from getting it. Position of spies and enemy radio trucks are approximate to a couple hundred meters. Actually, no, to 100 meters. No, okay, no, a couple of hundred. So it can be up to 200, even 300. To search spies, use the action on their body after killing them. No deliberate destruction of empty civilian vehicles, trucks, and near radio mast. Ramming of any vehicles is against the rules. Interesting. So the 4 spy locations are the 4 green 4 players. So essentially, this is a giant game of tag. How BLUFOR OPFOR win is by killing the spies. Each spy is worth 2 points. If you kill all the spies, that's 8 points for your side. And you can use your radar, or, excuse me, what is it? Radio truck to try to find the enemy's position. And then there's a radio mast here that lets you ping the position of your opponent's radio truck. Very interesting. I'm not sure what the truck markers mean there specifically, if that's transport or if that's meant to be a radio truck marker. But basically, both sides are going to be going for those in order to try to figure out where the spies are. But this is just going to be a giant game of cat and mouse. And then there's just the final objective of the mosque itself for both people to go for. But yeah, no, the spies are probably going to be on their own running to try to grab those laptops. But the funny thing is, even if Green 4 gets a perfect score, if OPFOR or BLUFOR get a near perfect score, then they'll trump Green 4. So that is quite interesting to see. No option for the server, no. I don't know what's worse, the fact that Red 4 has real army snipers on their team, or the fact that this is one big game of Among Us. That's more of the next round, Adamek. We will be covering the bonus round today, but this is definitely a giant game of cat and mouse. I'd say the next one's more Among Us, though, because that one's Trouble and Terrorist down specifically. But Veteran Z Play, thanks for the 3-person raid. What were you playing at Borowski? And Mustache Man Bro, thanks for the 61-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. While I wait for Veteran to reply, just some bookkeeping here. We'll be doing this. We'll be doing the bonus round of OFCRA. We'll be doing POG tonight, and then I got to make cookies, and then I'll be back to do some mission dev streams, and then some prep work for the DayZ Pay for Pain event tomorrow. I'll get all that posted tomorrow morning, and then we'll be covering FNF and then the DayZ Pay for Pain, and then hopefully I'll have Saturday and Sunday's missions done between COGS, a Vietnam, and a Half-Life mission. I will not be doing a cooking stream, though I will admit between the POG and the end of the bonus round for OFCRA, I've got some mozzarella sticks in the fridge that are cooling down right now, ready to fry after, and then I've got a bag of marinated chicken nuggets that I got to bread and then toss in the fryer as well. So we'll see how all this goes. Schizo, I agree that is probably a poor financial decision. Yeah, Adamek, I'm going to be honest, I still say it depends. Yes, if people have IRL experience, they can use that in Arma, especially in like a PvP situation, but actually, no, I think a PvP situation would be better than fighting AI, because you're fighting against real people at that point, but we'll see how things go. I see, Schizo, I see. What's the plan for the next DayZ server and the next day? So, the DayZ server is getting wiped today. Actually, no, excuse me, tomorrow after the Pay for Pain event, and then I'll be passing out people's rewards or participation items when they, you know, the day after the wipe and the weekend and whatnot. I just know for a majority of Saturday I'm going to be out. I got to go to the White House for a few reasons, but can't mention that. Anyway... Brain fart. I added the planned DayZ streams to the schedule, though. So if you type !schedule, you can start to see where everything's building on. I need to add a few more ops for September, judging the weekends around and whatnot, but that schedule is like 90% accurate. There's just a few things missing. The Pay for Pain, I'm not 100% sure what it's going to be yet. Definitely some sort of area defense, but I'm trying to think of custom things to add. But then again, it should be quite interesting to see how things go. I gotta give everyone a gas mask. But at the same time, I'm not sure I can use chemical warfare because it'd be too easy to kill off all the players. So I'm still working on that menu too. Anyway, that is the sound of about 120 people getting transferred over to a... TFAR channel. Total people on the TeamSpeak right now, by the way, is 141. So there's 140 players in this operation. Otherwise, looking everything over here, let's do lawn view distance and look at everything over. So, yep, each spy location is marked here at the start. Each spy has a Humvee to go ahead and work with to drive themselves around. And we already see them getting marked. So let's go ahead and look over who our 4 spies are. It's going to be Shay, Callie, Depso, and Rodrig. Op4's side is going to be as follows. Ezio is going to be commanding with, Suaf, AVG as a pilot crew. Actually, before I name names, let's actually go ahead and look at the assets that both sides have. So Op4, we've got 2 transport MI8s. They've marked what the enemy and the friendly forces look like. Isn't that cute? I'm sure that's going to work, right? And then they have a bunch of air assault squads. Looks like AK-74 based, and the squad leaders have a PSO scope tied to them. We also have some VSSs in play. Interesting. The Vics do not have PKTs on them for the helicopters. These are just purely transport. All right, neat. Looking at the rest of Op4's force, their main forward infantry. We've got a BMP-2 in play. Hell yeah. We've got a bunch of transport Vics, some PKT off-roads, and we got a Dishka off-road as well. Good old technical war. Weaponry is still going to be AK-74 based. We got some PKPs as well. AKs still have those scopes. We got some VSSs in play as well. We have some Mark 11 marksman rifles. All right.
So we'll get in a good position. We'll space out.
A lot of VSSs though. Wow, that's a full squad of VSSs. So I'm assuming that's some sort of spec op team. And then we have RPG 7s. Looking over at Blue Ford's forward operating forces, we have another BMP-2 in play, and it looks like they're just mirroring the weaponry and vehicles over. So I see AK-74s, PKs. All right. So it's a mirror match, essentially, with a kit change between paramilitary and actual military. So paramilitary is more lighter camos. Actual OPFOR military is darker camos. And it looks like they've got bright white MI8s for transport as well. All right. So the truck markers, I think, represent the actual radio trucks that either side can utilize to then figure out where the spies are themselves, and then the radio mast position pins the location of the radio trucks. So we'll just have to see how everything hones in. Or these could just be general transport trucks, and the radio trucks have to... they got to find the location from the radio mast first and then get there and then use that truck to then find where the spies are going. So we'll just have to see how everything plays out here, but it's going to be really difficult to keep the point counter going until the end of the match itself. Anyway, let's go back to reading things out. So AVG and Suof are going to be taking a pilot group. Rixu, DZ, and Audi are going to be a third pilot group, which I don't think you really need anything beyond a co-pilot and pilot because... It's just a two-man crew. There's no gunners for it. Otherwise, 1-0 Anderson leading Jack, Mr. Patates, Migu, Pepitz, Joseph, Popov, Tom Sta, and Hios. Neko leading Bravo with Templar, Danella, Snobis, HDM, and Wiki. Bengi leading Rice Williams, White Foss, Mike, Nordic, and Hawkeye. Pogo leading Lysander, Barrows, Cheeseburger, Roland, Benares, Kermit, and Monix. Yaroslav leading Bard, Ilya, Neridon, Paymancool, Holod, Krembius, that's it. And Victor? I'm just going to say that's an I. Foxtrot being led by Bizarre with Black Wolf, Terrace, Andriri, Warkus, and Darkside. Glenn leading the VSS group, it's named, with Paz, War Photographer, Major Sir Durvan, Cass, Gambot, Godzilla Man, Ago, not even going to try to pronounce that, so I'm just calling him Nier, and Timo. And then we have another hotel group that's led by Marty with Halnerias, Renanon, Stifo, and Giovanni. Blue Force side, their leader is going to be Ivno, with Rigel being one pilot and Settler and Prikus being the second pilot team. Lolo leading Alpha with Green Thumb, Sam, Kiri, and Seismo. Second Lolo with 2 Ls, leading Bravo with Kazag, Misano, and Wonder. I think Alpha and Bravo are meant to be the helicopter crews for either side, or excuse me, not the crews, but the infantry squads tied to the helicopters themselves. Looks like based off of the roster here, we're seeing that OPFOR is going to go heavier with their helicopter air assault units, whereas Blue 4 is going to go a little lighter with that, so we'll just have to see how they go with that divide there. But Newton leading Charlie with Puma, Gonzalez, Vincent, Jay, Isas, Diablo, and Oliver. Mr. White leading Delta with Jonathan, Mancho, Delta, Resbo, Tackle, Asnor, Daedalus, Flip for Flap, and Arthic. NASA leading Echo with Nubas, Mr. Dave, Wombat, Murdy, Pirate Sandwich, Demovar, Parthius, and Zixme. Robert leading Golf with Adamek, First Account, Missiu, Snary, Ukrainic, Epic, and Speed. I think you're just supposed to call him that. I don't know. I remember, I think it was supposed to be just pronounced as Speed. But anyway, Samuel leading Gonzalez, Parthias, Marcus, and Mike. And then, of course, they name it that. Morgan leading Twig, Kane, Fila, Crazy, Skada, Kowalski, Solomons, Camred, Lurch, Ilbanek, and Mackenzie. I don't know who's being what in terms of vehicle crew. I'd imagine that's probably all tied to a squad. But we'll just have to see the operation actually start before we can figure all that out. How does CIA win? So every laptop, there's 9 of these laptop markers across the map. Every laptop is worth a point. The CIA are the only guys that can interact with the laptop. and that means the CIA team can score up to 9 points total. Now, even that's though they've got those 9 points, if OPFOR were to kill all the spies and then go and take the mosque, each spy's death, and then you have to go up and interact with the body to actually gain the 2 points because you're basically taking intel off of them, is worth 2 points, and then the mosque is worth 5 points. So if one side absolutely dominates the other and is able to kill all the spies and go to the mosque, that is 8 points plus 5, which is 13, which would be greater than the CIA forces. So Green 4 has to hope that they trade evenly between Op 4 and Blue 4 if they lose people at all. And thus, it's a bit of a gamble there, but they want to make sure they're not feeding either side too much infantry. Weaponry for the spies, it's tough to tell. It looks like they've got vanilla body armor, though. And it looks like they've got a Mark 18 with the 203 system.
Each other, just not us.
And it looks like they're trying to communicate with each other, but again, they're at very far ranges, so it's going to be tough for them to communicate. But if all of them have a 203 system, it gives them some light AT capability. But there is the mission immediately starting. Again, it's going to be a 90-minute round. Also, I've not been keeping track of the hydrates. Thank you, Charlotte. For hydrating, I've got water, and then for quote-unquote hydrate, I've got some homebrew mead that I'm trying to finish up to get a 1-gallon container going so I can make a batch of pear cider. So you helping me hydrate is very good. This mead overall, let me give it a taste. Nothing special. A little on the harsher side compared to mead you would get, you know, from a store, but definitely much cheaper. This specific one I let age for 9 months after it fermented for about a month and a half. And I feel like if I let it rest for those final 3 months, though, it would definitely have taken away the rest of the harshness, and then it would have been, you know, comparable to what you would get at the supermarket. But this one was only 15 pounds of wildflower honey for 5 gallons of water, and then I used a champagne yeast, which gives it a higher alcohol by volume, but it also kind of steals from the flavor. I've got some other batches going, though, that are going to be better, but the next time I do a large-scale batch of just meat, I'm going to probably use 25 pounds of honey for the 5-gallon batch, and I'm going to be using a less alcoholic yeast, but one specifically for mead making. But that's probably going to produce something very sweet, too. There's the second taste. And there's the third taste. Whew. So it's technically illegal in Virginia for you to distill without a permit, which is a few $100. But you can always buy all the equipment and do it illegally, but distilling will be something I one day get into, but I've got so many other things I gotta work on, you know? But I'd love to make my own vodka, because vodka is the backbone for so many fun little cocktails. Especially my favorite, which is a Stoli Doli, which you basically take a pineapple, you dice it up, you put it in a container, you fill that container with vodka, and then you just let it sit for 5 days. And then you have pure vodka with no bite and a hint of pineapple in the finish. I do grow mushrooms too. All legal though, because otherwise Bloodwind would kill me. But that is also on hold. I have to completely redo my setup because it rusted, but I got some really nice batches of various oyster mushrooms and a batch of lion's mane before the rust was too much of an issue. But that's going to be my winter project. Yeah, exactly, K3, but, you know, you got to get ahead of that and whatnot. You got to remember, though, everything is legal as long as you don't get caught. And Righto, veteran, we probably already left Broski, but again, I appreciate the raid. Mubs, welcome to your, well, this might not be your first stream, but it's your first introduction. But nonetheless, hope you all, I hope you all are enjoying your day. This first stream is, for PvP is going to probably be... It's literally just a cat and mouse game. The second one is going to be more like a Trouble in Terrorist Town. I'll be covering that too. Then we'll be taking a break. I got to make Bloodwind, some chicken nuggets, some mozzarella sticks, all from scratch. And then we'll be covering Pog, and then I got to make her chocolate chip cookies, and then we'll be doing some mission dev streams. So a lot of streaming today. But anyway, we see that prompt right there. Laptop 7 has been downloaded. I don't think OP4 knows the specific order of the laptops, but we'll be getting a prompt. So that's 1.4 green 4 right off the bat. and you see the little green icon for when the laptop is taken. So early game right here, it looks like Blue 4 is actually sending forces out to go and hit the mosque. Green 4, one of the first laptops they're going to be hitting is the one next to that mosque position. That is smart because this is going to be an endgame area because that mosque is worth 5 points to whichever side controls it by the end of the game. So laptop 2 has been downloaded. That one is up here. Really, this laptop's going to be super risky to grab because it's right next to, like right in between OP4 spawns. And then Blue 4, though, interestingly enough, I don't know why they're just setting up in this town. I don't really see any gain for them to be right there. You know what I mean? OP4, meanwhile, it's pushing all their forces to the radio mast position so they can start hunting the Green 4 guys for points. But Blue 4, they're also going right up to the mosque immediately. But let's go ahead and watch the CIA guy right here. So the spy has to run up and interact with this amazing laptop with critical intel about what's going on with the local military, right? And there it is downloaded. I see. So he also has that M72 Law, so if the helicopter's going to land right on top of him, he could blow one up and snipe it out of the sky. That would be quite nice. What do these garages look like, out of curiosity? Ah, so it's literally just sealed away and then they can open it because they're coded to that. Cool. But yeah, MIA, it's going to be landing around the mosque to guarantee those 5 points. I'd imagine this spy is then going to go to this position because we got that one going there and then that one going there. And then these guys are going to be heading to those 2 spots. And then this guy... looks like he got disconnected, so we can't see his position right now, though, but he might get intercepted by Blue 4 coming in over here if he's not quick. That's the thing about OFCRA. If you get disconnected, it leaves an AI in place until you reconnect onto the server. So you can still have your life back, but if that AI gets killed off, then you're SOL. But I'd imagine he's going to have to, you know, jump and hit these other laptop positions here. And then you got OP4 driving around that town. Interesting watching these player bases driving around towns trying to avoid potential ambushes that the other side could potentially set up. It was Depso that crashed. Hey, Jen Salvi, how you doing? I never... Charlotte, I don't believe so. I don't think I've played any Paradox games except maybe some Europa back in the day for a little bit. But yeah, I have a lot of mead fermenting in the in the room behind me, which serves as our you know, basement room with all the utility stuff and laundry and whatnot. Right now, there's 3 batches of things going because I just finished aging a thing of Granny Smith cider, which has a really nice tart flavor on it. But there's 3 batches in there going right now. There's 2 that are mead. There is a Blackbriar mead from Skyrim. That recipe, it's done fermenting. It's aging right now. It's going to finish aging just in time for a Halloween party, and hopefully it's going to preserve a lot of its fruity aspects. I've got a strawberry mead, which is going to be aged either 6 or 9 months. That is specifically for Vix, because she showed interest in that. Ooh. Blue 4 gets a lucky intercept. Look at that. Blue 4 finds and eliminates one of the CIA spies in a very lucky early game play here. This was Shay. He was coming to try to get that laptop, but unfortunately he ran into a squad of Blue 4.
Right, give me the...
I'm not searching the body, I just looked stuff.
Searching the body. I'm sorry, Buckaroo.
Fucking American. How dare he enter a country?
Who was it?
I'll bag his tags. It was...
Shay.
He's little,
I'm taking
Episode
the
reconnected.
MP7.
that gun's mine, just before anyone fucks
Wow,
around.
he had Seymour mags and an MP7. And look at the scope he had on it, too. Damn.
We can't.
All right. So one CIA operative is down, Depso reconnecting. Unfortunately, he's going to be right next to some Blue 4 guys, so he's going to have to basically play Siri here. He's got a long range, though. And I think he can hear their vehicles driving around. So he's quickly bugging out of there. Otherwise, looking at our other spies, we've got one heading over to this one position. And then we have command just chilling back here. I think these are the radio trucks. So both sides started with their radio truck, and then the truck markers, I think, are just for if anyone gets stranded, they can use those to get out of there. We got a helicopter that's come all the way over here. Oh. So Blue 4 somehow lost a helicopter. Probably to their own silliness, knowing how, you know, sometimes people crash in MI8s and whatnot. But anyway, the third batch going is a split between 3 different apple varieties, 1 part Granny Smith, 1 part Gala, and 1 part Fuji. And I'm going to be honest, I at least wanted the Granny Smith, but the Gala and the Fuji were on sale, and those were 2 sweet apples to pair with the tart. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, Depso desperately trying to get around here without getting spotted. He's prepping his M72 Law. Going a little bloodthirsty here. I wouldn't risk it. But then again, he doesn't know what specific vehicle it is. He's thinking maybe if he can hit the transport, that can get him a lot of kills. But you got to remember, Blue 4 is able to ping what position the CIA guys are in because of their radio trucks. So that's why you're seeing Blue 4 and Op 4 starting to hone in on hostiles' positions. And then, of course, you want to go for the radio mast because that'll show you where the enemy's radio truck is. And if you can destroy that, you can stop them from hunting the CIA guys down and therefore stop them from scoring points. Axel, yes, I would be interested in any recipes you can give me for anything homebrew related or cocktail related. But anyway, Depso gets an angle, starts shooting at these guys. I'm going to be honest, I think Depso made a bit of a mistake. He's getting a little too bloodthirsty there. His priority should be pulling away, and if he gets into a direct fight like this, that's just going to aggro these guys and start moving in on his position. Do the CIA know they got pinged? No. They don't know when those pings go out. So they could have their cover blown at any moment. But you also have to remember the range of the ping. It gives Blue 4 and Op 4 about a 200 to 300 meter area to search. And in this town, that could be anywhere. Otherwise, from the looks of things, Green 4 has scored 3 points by interacting with 3 out of the 9 total laptops. Blue 4 has gotten 2 points from killing one of the CIA operatives and taking the intel from his body. Yeah, if anything, if he wanted to open up right there, he should have GL'd the vehicle. I don't know why he just opened up with bullets. That was a bit of a mistake, in my opinion. But yeah, I also recently discovered there's a homebrew shop like 15 minutes from my house. And they sell all the yeasts and all the specialized equipment for a fraction of what I would have to spend on the internet for it. So that's quite nice. Laptop 3 has been taken, so we got Rodrigue immediately getting into his Vic. That's now 4 points for the CIA. I'm also curious what the point disparity is between factions. So if you guys have that number for me, I'd appreciate it being read out. We just heard the BMP fire. So it looks like the BMP is tied to the final squad here, which means the BMP, it looks like it's actually been assigned to Charlie here. So interesting on that. I think they had a miss PID and shot into a building thinking there was a hostile in there, so that's not good. But anyway, now we've got Depso pulling out of this position. He's got to head north and hit these other laptop positions here. We do have Op 4 around another laptop area here, though, and it looks like they're actually driving up to cover it. So that is quite interesting. So it looks like this spy, he's occasionally getting out of his Vic and looking around, but he's going to be making it to that position. What's really worrisome, though, is this laptop position's held by Blue 4 here because we had Shay die when he tried to make it to this position. But the laptop itself is, I think, somewhere in here. If I can find it.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and then they just have that. They always put a random image or Easter egg on it, which is always funny. But Blue 4 right now, I think they're definitely in the stronger position here for winning the game between having a dead spy, which is worth 2 points, and then control of the final mosque position, which is going to be worth 5. Now, if the remaining CIA members don't take any casualties from their remaining 3 and are able to get the rest of the laptops, then the CIA forces are going to win. But if Blue 4 is able to kill 2 more spies, then hold the mosque position, regardless of what Green 4 does, Blue 4 is going to win this fight. This is PvE? No, this is PvP. Also, I just realized that the PvE tag might still be on. Whoops! Let me go ahead and fix that real quick. So interestingly enough, Rodrigue's come back. He's in this garage, and he's switching his Vic out. I don't know for what reason. Maybe he got spooked because he saw OFCRA forces coming up. It's hard to say. But Depso hugging the coast, he might be going for this position. Little does he realize that OFCRA are pretty much right on top of this area. You got another laptop right there. So we'll see if he bypasses that position, just heads to the immediate top right, or left, excuse me. And then we got this guy heading over to this area here. And I think some Blue 4 are trying to stage around to try to figure out where he's going. But yeah, the 2 laptops in the center here, those are going to be the tough ones. Maybe we'll see this guy come around. But yeah, you got OFCRA kind of dismounting right here. I think they're also looking for this other spy. They just don't know where he is, but they're definitely looking into town at the moment. So I think Rodrigue's going to wait until they go past him and then try to make a break for it. Because he's not going to be able to outrun the technicals with the weaponry on top, and he'll be an easy picking. So, don't know why he's stuck in there, but it's tough. And then we've got Blue 4 moving north. It looks like they repaint Depso's position somewhere up here, and now they're searching, but I think they know he's going to be on the move at this point. Now, what Depso could also do is if he finds out OFCRA's up here, he could try to bait these 2 forces to engage each other. Rodrigue just came out and blew up this truck. He's now taking fire, but there's that Dishka Vic. It lost its ability to turn, and there's no driver focusing on it. Yeah, so I think they're yelling at each other. They're going to try to follow with that Dishka. The Dishka is able to penetrate into that Vic. But are they going to be able to chase him down with it? They are gaining, but can the Dishka pick up? The Humvee's definitely slower. They gotta stop, though, to stabilize so the gunner can engage. Welcome to the game of cat and mouse. And the Humvee is just starting to book it. But the Dishka's in hot pursuit. Hits a tree and stops, though. Here, though, if the Dishka doesn't hit anything, they'll be able to catch up very quickly because this thing has better speed than the Humvee. Can the driver maneuver? Oh, bit of a rough turn right there. Hits a rock, and his wheels are down. They're not going to be able to pursue. There's only 1 spare wheel for them to take. That Humvee has gotten out of here scot-free. That could have really gone either way. And you've got Depso driving out with his Humvee here. I've also noticed the Humvees seem to be going a little slower than their actual maximum speed from what I know, so I think that's done for balancing. But now you've got these vehicles hot on the heel of that Humvee. We'll see if he tries to go into a different spot. Looking at the rest of the AO, though, it looks like we've got an MI8 on station here with more Vics trying to hunt down the CIA operative right here. So it looks like they're being dropped off right here as if anticipating that he's going for this position. Here's what worries me, though. I think Blue Force accurately predicting where this Humvee's going, and they're about to run right into him. That's the risk of taking the roads, but if Blue Force gets another kill... I'm surprised they didn't whip the AT out. They're immediately going to grab the, get in the Vic and remount. Hold on, but now we got the PKT vehicle coming in. He didn't realize he took a right, though. Now he gets stuck on the wall. Oh, and then he hits the small little thing. Smoke cloud still up, though. Can they spot where that Humvee went? I think they just spotted the smoke cloud right here. And now they are in hot pursuit. Humvee's cut left, though. And they might have just been able... No. I think the Humvee just got away. Narrowly. I've seen cat and mouse PvP done in the past. However, I feel like this is definitely the most balanced. What are these guys do? They just cut into right here. I think they're driving around to look, and Depso's just trying to get away at this point. But his position will get repinged in a few minutes, and then you got the BMP back here slowly coming in. Meanwhile, this Humvee's all the way on the northern side. So this means Depso's going for this laptop, and then this guy's going for that laptop all the way over there. Which leaves this guy to hit the remaining ones here. That's not gonna be easy. I feel like the loss of Shay, because Shay was supposed to get these, has really screwed with the CIA's plan. So we'll just have to see how they go. Do they notice the vehicle on the left? They might have. They're looping around. No, they don't. How's this Ishka back here? I think they're limping it back with only one wheel. Yep. And then you got the MI8 staying stationary right now, trying to look around. You've got this other CIA operative looking around. He's prepping the M72 Law in case it comes close. But I'm willing to bet this pilot's looking around right now, just trying to find him. We're to look at his first person. Yep. Looking out the window, might see the vehicle. He spots it. Now the real question is, can Callie snipe it? At this range, I think that's very unlikely, so I think he's just going to get in the car and pull out, but we got a truck now coming up to get him. Rounds going out. They're a little short, though. But he's got to start moving because his position's getting pinged, and now you got 4 people coming up to try to engage him. And if he gets taken out, then you're going to have these guys, after they hit their laptops, come to the south. And that's going to be tough. You still got Blue 4 patrolling around. I think they think that Depso's gone into the town and to try and hide. But in reality, he's up here trying to pull away. BMP's still trying to come in as well. But Blue 4 has done a great job putting pressure on the spies here. Oh, here's the worrisome part. We got a spy that's going to drive right into a Blue 4 transport truck. Oh, yeah, Callie saw it. They're calling that he's behind them. Callie's gonna use that AT4 on that truck. Calling it now. Misses! Oh, drives forward and narrowly avoids a rocket shock of his own. GL's trying to go on him. Truck's gonna have to remount and pursue. You got additional vehicles coming around as well, though. OFCRA still haven't gone up and taken control of the radio master, playing this incredibly cautiously, thinking Blue 4 might have it. And now you got the trucks here driving around, but Depso still going north. He's gonna go to that position. Possibly link up with this guy, but definitely Blue 4's been the faction that's been putting more pressure on the spies than OFCRA. OFCRA tried to put pressure here and they lost a Vic to that. It looks like he's gonna drive right in and go for the site. Rigel staying low and on top of him. Yeah, no, if I was Callie, I'd go in there, grab the laptop, and then get out. That's the only thing he can do. It looks like it's located in this military building. This is gonna be a tall order, though. He's gotta stealth in, get to the laptop and use it, all while he's being pursued. But he could get out and potentially GL that vehicle. So we'll see what he does. But the longer he stays in that area, the more at risk he'll be at. Speaking of risks, Depso, it looks like he was spotted by this off-road here, and they're trying to move up to pursue. And Depso doesn't have a lot of room to avoid here. Looks like he's just trying to drive around to throw them off. Oh! Immediately tries to pull away and do a U-turn. Depso doing his best to avoid. Callie's gonna have to leave this area. He's allowed Blue 4 to get their hands in this zone, and now they've actually gotten out and they've started searching for him. So he's gonna have to pretty much pull to one of these two laptops and then eventually come back to that spot. There's not really much he can do about that. Off-road trying to get in front. Depso cutting him off. Spies know the exact location of the laptop. Yes, they're the only people that do. Blue 4 and OFCRA do not. So Depso's just trying to throw him off in a circle here. But if Blue 4 keeps them stalled, then there's not much they can do. However, we have an MI8 entering the AO. And that MI8 is fully crewed with a squad. They cut Depso off, so he turns over. MI8 circling this area. Hard to tell if they have eyes on this position down here. But Depso, he keeps pulling and doing a circle every time the guns get close. What I'm worried about, though, is Blue 4 is just stalling so they can get their BMP in position. Oh no. Depso doesn't realize this, but he's going in the worst possible place to go because this is where Blue 4's BMP is coming up. I better see some crazy freaking juking here. Oh no. He's using this to try to get some room to go downwards. Tries to force the Humvee, the off-road to drive into some rocks. However, the BMP, it's driving east here, showing that they don't have the best comms with the Humvee. Vehicle trying to get up in front again. I'm just wondering if OPFOR is going to bring in the MI8s, or if the MI8s are going to get distracted by the fact that there's a BMP here, and the BMP might start engaging them. I think these guys might be going for that vehicle instead. You got OPFOR also coming by to utilize that, Vic. Looks like they've taken one of the neutral truck points. The BMP's driving in, though. If that BMP starts engaging that Humvee, though, it's game over. Truck's coming up. Depso doing a crazy little circle right here. BMP's now they're trying to report where the Vic is. AT hits it though. What? Jesus. He just caused Blue 4 to engage their own. Oh my God. At least he was able to take some Blue 4 out with him, but that's Blue 4 now on 4 points because they've taken out 2 of the spies. And they're trying to follow Cali here to make it go for 6. Follow-up explosion actually just knocked out a few additional people. So looks like Cali was trying to move over to get to the other laptops, but he's got Blue 4 immediately on him. Yeah, Depso, I know. They even brought their BMP for you. I'm waiting to see a second cook-off explosion. Well, that happened. And he died. So we got this final spy trying to go up to the other position there.
Morgan, I'm moving the body here.
They're moving the body, all right. That's interesting. They're letting them drag and.
Is he stable, by the way?
Yeah, he's well.
Load him into the BMP.
I guess he's an AI then, because he doesn't have a marker over him. I was about to say, you can't normally drag or carry bodies. That was weird. But he might just be a disconnected player. Yeah, right, Depso? Nah, they were all on the same side, though, broski, unfortunately. So you got Rigel pursuing this Humvee. Not doing a really great job of maneuvering, though, and then you've got another off-road coming up to pursue. These could be the VSS guys, yep. It did say he disconnected, fair. Probably thought he died. So yeah, I've assumed this green 4Vic is going to be going up to get that final laptop location. These guys are going to probably mount up and try to get him. But then from there, he's got to somehow figure out how to get to these positions, because I doubt Cali's going to be able to get much here. He sprays at that pilot. Rigel trying to push away here, but still sticking around. Yeah, so he's gonna have to come up, get to here, cross, get to that laptop, and then this other laptop, he's gonna have to stay on the northern bank, cross, then get to there. And then how he loops around to get to that other position is beyond me. OPFOR haven't really been that aggressive on the CIA spies compared to Blue 4, though. I feel like if both sides were being aggressive, they'd be running into each other and having a lot more PvP interactions, and that'd be giving more time for the spies to actually escape. However, we do have this MI8 over here. I'm surprised the BMP isn't aggroed on it.
What the hell I mean?
Someone just shot at it.
Radio mask.
So, yeah, radio mask.
No, these guys are going to go to the radio mass position instead,
No.
which OPFOR still hasn't taken yet. Who's commanding you guys? They're really, really slow to get up here. There's been no resistance at all. They're just... You're supposed to go to that position to then be able to find your opponent's radio vehicle and then hone in on it and destroy it so you stop them from scoring. But OPFOR, I mean, this is just a metaphor for everywhere OPFOR has been going here. They've just been very slow on their movement. And Blue 4, I mean, they already have the mosque position. They already have taken out 2 of the spies. It really just goes to show. Point count right now is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 points to Green 4, and 4 points to Blue 4. Chopper took a hit. But he's still in flying condition. We'll see if that makes him wave off or not, but you got Blue 4 coming up to try to pursue. And then we still have this MI8 up here. I'm really surprised the BMP isn't trying to engage it. Then you got the other MI8 up here. I think they're tracking the Humvee. I don't think they know specifically where it is, but now we see it banking south. But yeah, Rodrigue's going to be in a tough spot here. Is he going to try to swim it? I hope not, because Blue 4 is going to be right on top of him if he tries. Then again, Blue 4 is not going to be able to confirm the body kill because they'll be dead in the river, so they should wait for him to actually cross. Really, really silly to swim this. And I think he's realized his mistake up too late. Pilot might have lost his position, though. I think he... No! He faked them out. He made him think he's swimming across, so now these guys are going around. Rigel noticed, though. And he's immediately retasking them. Slippery move. Very slippery move. Unfortunately, there's more Blue 4 squads coming in. Well, if he doesn't move soon enough, his position will get pinged again, but it's in a 200 to 300 meter area, so one could argue that he was swimming across at that point. Now he's getting boxed in between 2 positions. Blue 4 moving up to try to hunt Rodrigue. OPFOR bringing up forces as well, though. So he might be able to slip out in between the firefight that ensues, but... I'm not sure if they noticed the Humvee. Now they're turning around, though. What are these guys? I think they're trying to set up right here in case he uses the road to potentially engage. I don't know why they'd be staying behind. Maybe they're just going to wait him out to see where he potentially goes. Oh, that's not cool. He's got to find where the laptop is in this specific building. It's right here.
God. Hey, buddy.
Now we got an MI8 overhead with a ground team below. And there's laptop 4 interacted with. Now the question is, can he get out of here in time? Try shooting through the window, but the windows are bulletproof. Meanwhile, over here, I think he's trying to loop back around to then hit this laptop over here. But he successfully evaded all the vehicles because the vehicles are completely unaware of his position. So now if Rigel figures this out and he has, not Rigel, excuse me, Callie figures this out, he lets Rigel get close, he could potentially just GL the vehicle. All right, Op 4 finally on top of that radio mass position, so they should be able to use it to find Blue 4's Vic. We had Op 4 just throw a grenade out of their vehicle here. Frags, I don't know why. No, they got on top of it finally. Looks like Rodrigue's gonna hold this position. He got wounded though, so he's bandaging, but Blue 4 is getting on top of him. They got Op 4 setting up on the outskirts over yonder. So this means that Callie is going to be the only one to get the remaining laptops to score the most points for Green 4. That's tough. We do have a CIA garage nearby, though. He could potentially get that. But we have Rodrigue taking out 2 transport vehicles. That Blue 4 utilized, throwing some grenades down now. Amazing play there. That's 3 vehicle kills for him total. Because you got to remember, he was able to also destroy a an Op 4 vehicle as well. So that stopped Blue 4 from getting in transports to pursue him. But Op 4 sending a lot more forces to this position. Really tough thing to get out of there, but Callie's gonna have to run right into that position, get in the car, and then just loop around and try to continue to outpace Blue 4 here. Good snipe there. Callie's gonna go right for that position. But as soon as he gets out and realizes that Rigel's on top of him, he's just gonna get out and shoot him. Rigel going for style points here. Yeah, he should have opened up with that GL instead. So he heard the chopper was right on top of him. Rigel is pretty much just going for stalling at this point. Can't line the GL up on him, though. Tries again. But Blue 4 completely lost right now. Oh my god. This is the most interesting game of chicken I've ever seen. He's just gonna give up. Oh my god. Oh no, Roderick got taken out. When he tried to move out of this area here. OFCRA now in the zone. But Blue 4 and OFCRA are engaging each other at the moment. I don't think he's waking back up. Finally having some red versus blue right here. Blue 4 in the superior spot. They've got defensive and they've got Overwatch on OFCRA stuck in the open. OFCRA tried pushing forces over. Giovanni got knocked out. I think he got knocked out by the wall. And Blue 4 not pursuing the body. I think Roderick took too many shots. This is just taunting. Callie is going for the laptop. But Rigel finally hits a tree and explodes! Oh, the taunting finally catches up with him. Oh my god. I was waiting for that. I know Callie's probably one of the best pilots in OFCRA, but he finally either clipped the tree or clipped the guard tower trying to come in. The tree was a paid CIA actor. He's looking for this laptop, which is under here. We'll see that prompt in a moment. Blue 4, though, on his tail. It's okay. Callie will claim that, he'll say he shot him down. And the pilot will say he got shot down as well. It looks like he left the server already. Rigel with the showboating. So now he's got to get around these Blue 4 elements and get back to these two positions. But that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points for Green 4. However, Blue 4 has 6 points by taking... Oh, no, they haven't found the body here just yet. We'll see if they do, though. So Callie trying to drive around. We'll see what he does. And then you got Giovanni being worked on over here. I don't think they realize he's dead, but they're just resupplying off of him. Blue 4, meanwhile, pushing OFCRA's position. OFCRA trying to pull back. Looks like Neko, the team leader, died. Second car coming around, but that's not much. They're now taking fire as they try to get away. Green 4 Vic pulling out. However, there is a Blue 4 Vic across. Will they run into each other? Looks like that won't be the case. Humvee's going to be able to evade. Unless this guy, seeing that there's openings right here, goes around right there instead. It is an excellent game of cat and mouse. Oh my god. There was a 2-second window they could have seen each other. Not even, like a second. Second and a half, I'd say. That OFCRA player gets sniped off by Ilbanek. And now you got the BMP coming up. It fired at the transport Vic down here. Immediately made a pullback. It wasn't a transport, it was their Dishka techie. Now, interestingly enough, you're about to have OFCRA. Ah, yes, Afton and excuse me, in the really good position there. That grenade, though, Ooh. Pretty nasty damage. I don't know if they picked the body up. I'm going to assume Blue 4 kill confirmed the body and got the intel off it, so Blue 4 should be on 6 points, but it's not a guarantee. Oh, no, they did, because we have VSS mags right here, so someone definitely took from it. So I'm assuming that was Blue 4 then.
He perdido mucha sangre.
So Blue 4 on 6 points, Green 4 on 6 points, Op 4 on nil. Blue 4 now following. Callie is back on the MSR. He's going to have to go for those 2 remaining laptops. Actually, let me do a point count real quick. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Oh, right, because this laptop, which is controlled by Op 4, yeah, Green 4's not going to be able to get that because Op 4's been camping that one. The VSS is both on Blue 4 and Op 4, Charlotte. Both sides have the same exact weaponry and vehicles. They're just different skins. Now you got the Op 4 Vic also coming in, trying to see where the spy is. But we do have this squad of Blue 4 right here just walking. With any luck, they might actually find Callie if he sticks to the MSRs. But yeah, his plan is literally to, you know, go and hit that laptop and then just drive up, hit that other laptop. And then I assume he's going to then try to go for that one and probably get killed off. Look at this. You got Op 4 and Blue 4 on top of each other. Giovanni being engaged by this one player. But Op 4 now staying in the high ground here. How did Blue 4 lose the first bird? Their pilot got a little overzealous. However, I don't see where this... oh, yeah, no. So Blue 4 lost 1 bird because it crash landed early on. That was back here. And then they lost the second bird by also being careless. Anyway, Hal here gets his second kill. One of the Blue 4 guys coming up to the rooftop. So basically, Blue 4 lost both their birds to incompetence. Which I feel like puts Rigel in a bad light because he was doing really, really well pursuing. So I would rather say Rigel lost his bird to cockiness. And then he hit a tree or a tower, lost his rotor, and then plowed into the ground and died. So it looks like this entire squad of Op 4 was pursued and engaged. And taken out. Marty's trying to spot him, but we got more Blue 4 reinforcements coming up to this zone. Now that they know that Op 4 is in the area, but funny enough, the 2 remaining Op 4 guys in here are running circles around this one Blue 4 squad. Oh! I think this is GG. Blue 4 got the final spy. Now you got the guys in the back of the MI8 firing down on these dudes, but that means Blue 4 has 8 points because they've killed all 4 spies. And then they got the Moss position, which is another 5 points. So that's a perfect score of, what, 13? So I think Blue 4 won. Because Op 4 doesn't show any signs of going after the Moss position. We're an hour in. So there's only 38 minutes left on the round, which means Op 4 would have to spend all their time maneuvering their forces in. So it's GG. I mean, Op 4 still have their 2 Vics. Did these guys just kill the 2? Oh my god. Yeah, they got 2 more kills, and there's 2 more bodies here, because this one was still here originally. But yeah, no, those 2 died. Yeah, they're just keeping Vincentero, wait, no. Vincenzo suppressed right there. Giovanni's taking flanking fire from a neighboring building. Vincent's trying to get on the roof, but Giovanni finally takes a headshot from what appears to be Twig King.
BMP? Yeah, BMP, go around to the side.
And Vince gets taken out by Hal here, and he's gonna fold away. I think Giovanni's a lost cause, but Hal is a medic and could get him up, but there's more Blue 4 coming in to pursue. Ooh, I heard one of those bullets impact on Hal there. Giovanni fails his wake-up check and gets double tapped. More shots raining out for Hal. Still only on 4 kills, though. Now he's the guy getting hunted. OFCRA sending an MI8 around the mosque site, I think realizing that all the spies are dead because they're no longer getting any pinned positions. So now it's just going to be a fight for the mosque. I think this Dishka Vic just engaged and destroyed one of the transport Vics and also smoked the engine out on the other side. No kills, but that's disabling enemy transport, and Blue 4 doesn't have any MI8s to work with to get that transportation. Solomon coming down, he takes fire from this VSS. But he is the only one there. OFCRA. I'm trying to see how they're going to transition to take this one spot. Fun fact, the Blue 4 chopper, the other one that went down is somewhere over here. There it is. Yeah, they clipped this tree and exploded. But otherwise, they've got the mosque position locked down. They can bring in reinforcements. Oh, a regular hydrate. Thank you, Crazy. Oh, and there's the fun hydrate.
No, it's up north.
Speed, was that the spy to the south? Because I noticed there were some bodies around. It was somewhere around here. Oh yes, OFCRA, you are more likely to die to your friends than enemies. Now that's just me stating it. Statistically, that's inaccurate, but there's a lot of friendly fire in OFCRA. You know, if only there was a method for you to know what your opponents and your friendlies looked like. I guess we'll never find the solution. Still, I don't see how Blue 4 loses at this point. They've killed all 4 spies. Each spy's death was worth 2 points. You have to go up and then interact with the body. And we've seen evidence of each body has been interacted with. The spies were only able to get 6 laptops. So 8 beat 6 because every laptop was only worth a single point. And then Blue 4 have controlled the mosque area. But even if OFCRA takes control of the mosque area, Blue 4 still have the 8 points. So it's GG. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way that that OFCRA can win at this point, because Blue 4 were able to kill all 4 spies, and the spies weren't able to get all 9 laptops, which means they can't get the 9 points that would have been required to trump the 8. You know, it's already set in stone. One body wasn't interacted with, you sure? Well, even then, that's 6 points, which ties them with Green 4, but Blue 4 still have control of the final zone, and OFCRA doesn't really show any sign of actually going for it. Also, with the BMP pursuing this Vic right here. Oh! So the spy shot you down for this chopper. Okay, my bad then. I thought you went down to this tree right here because it was knocked over. So the spy shot you down with the law then. Gotcha. My apologies, Settler. And Settler was the Blue 4 pilot, so he, you know, would know how he got shot down, so it's all good. But no, again, we've confirmed that all bodies have been interacted with by Blue 4, so... Because, again, the one body here... Oh god, now I have to find it again. Has VSS mags on it. And the body armor taken. And the only person that's been up there is Blue 4. Because Op 4 have only been all around this building. Ooh, good headshot. As Hal here plays Lone Survivor. Oh my god. 7 kills for Hal. Hal is going to single-handedly eliminate all the Blue 4 up here, and then maybe Op 4 will steamroll the remaining objective. Looks like the MI8 landed and deployed a squad right here. It's going to be a fight for the Mosque, but again, I don't think there's any way for Blue 4 to lose at this point. Hey, Common, how you doing? And Murdy finally comes up and gets the kill, ending Hal's reign of terror. You got the 3-man crew from the Dishkovic, but at this point, it's over. The hell? I was trying to click on this guy, who's on -1. Oh, he's one of the pilots, so looks like one of the MI8s might have gotten shot down by the BMP, but the other MI8 is still active. Alright. So this area right here is going to be the remaining area for fighting. Looking at our time, we've got 29 minutes remaining on the round, and then we'll be covering the bonus round. While they're prepping for the bonus round, I am going to go AFK and prep a batter for some chicken nuggets. And take some mozzarella sticks out of the fridge and let them start cooling down, because you don't want to put cold stuff in a fryer. It messes with the temperature a bit. No, it's a copycat Chick-fil-A chicken nugget recipe. And then I've got some mozzarella sticks going. I got to make a sauce for that, but I'll do that while they're frying. Because those are some of Bloodwing's favorite things. She's very stressed out at the moment. And a little stretched for finances, so I've been helping her out. But tomorrow we're going to have a DayZ Pay for Pain, and if you want to help Bloodwing pay for all of her bills, by all means, feel free to torture the players in DayZ. But we also got all of our DayZ streams scheduled for events and going on the weekend, so I'll try to schedule one for this Sunday as well if I can find the time. Also, Axe, I got your DM on that recipe. I'll look into it.
Goat Team 6.
Drunk Firebearer, thanks for giving Blackheart a sub. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a nice kick out of the scenario. Blackheart, also, I hope you're feeling better over the whole ordeal. You probably aren't, but here's hoping. I love how they're looking at their friendlies and wondering if they're friendlies.
Ah, le bâtiment bleu.
In the amount of time it's going to take Op 4 to maneuver down to this position, that's going to be 10 to 15 minutes, which is going to leave them with roughly like 10 to 15 minutes left to actually assault the objective. I I honestly think they have it in the bag. Yeah, Blue 4, they're now going to cross the river. They've made a barricade with the vehicle and the wheels on the bridge. Jesus. Well, here's hoping, Blackheart. I know when we were all growing up, they told us money can't buy happiness, but it sure as hell can solve a lot of issues. I miss being within driving distance of Chick-fil-A. I'm trying to wean... I'm never going to be able to wean Bloodwing off of Chick-fil-A, but I'm doing my best. I've learned how to make their sandwiches, both regular and spicy. I've learned how to make their chicken nuggets, both regular and spicy. Waffle fries, though, you need a special thing to cut them properly, but I've got my own mandolin to make my own regular fries, which she loves. Yeah, Blackheart, or they're just rich people trying to tell you how to live your life, right? A full tank of gas is peace of mind these days. I agree. God. I hate to say it, but I do kind of miss the COVID days. There was no one on the highway, and gas was below $2. Oh, those were the glory days. Oh, I remember, Blackheart. You told me. I'm sorry to hear about that. I disagree. I think this mission was probably one of the most creative of ops we've seen in a while. We just saw it played improperly, because one of the biggest components of a game of cat and mouse, when you have a three-way faction fight, is both factions need to be actively pursuing. And we only really saw Blue 4 do it. Op 4 did it a little bit, but not by much. Oh, look at Nasty. He's gonna run up and shoot these guys in the ass. There goes Marty. But Blue 4, they've already won because they were able to do that on their own. Yeah, NASA not realizing that this body's still up, so he's mag dumping it. And he actually got Renan in Crossfire here. And NASA gets stuck on the body, and that puts him in place so Stifu can take him out. Oh, that was a bit BS, but it happens. Yeah, so Speed, the proper way to do this op would be to basically go up to the radio mast position, find your enemy's radio equipment, go and hunt that, all while you're actively hunting the spies, and then if you have extra on top of that, send it to the mosque. I get that it was slow-paced in the beginning to get all that set up, but compared to what we normally see in OFCRA, it's usually slow-paced anyway. Because there's always that big chunk of maneuvering time in the beginning for an op that covers literally the entire map. Now, if this was a smaller AO, then you would have had contact earlier, which is what we normally see in OFCRA, but for something like this, thinking about it all, no, the contact would be more spaced out because it, again, also relies on the OPFOR force chasing the enemy, and that's kind of the biggest issue here, is OPFOR instead went super cautious and went and garrisoned random positions and went for the radio mass, and Blue 4 did not go for the radio mass and instead opted to just hunt the spies down. So OP4 and Blue 4 didn't really run into each other for the first hour of the mission, with the exception of the final, I want to say, 5 to 10 minutes all the way up here, and you're still seeing that fight bleed out, or I guess continue. So I feel like both sides, in terms of Blue 4 and OP4, played things a little improperly, and that's why contact took so long to actually initiate. But Blue 4 did the better job with it, and now they're going to be able to hold the mosque position for that. There is, let's see, 14 plus 8, 22 minutes left on the game clock, by the way. But there wasn't a lot of emphasis on hunting each other's radio Vix down, and that's why this kind of slowed down, because I think there was also meant to be a lot of fighting at the radio mass position as both sides went for it, because they equidistanced both of the forward positions to get there, and there was absolutely no fighting around it. But anyway, Marty, thanks for the 33-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the ops. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. And if you're just tuning in like Zombie, there were 3 different win conditions. First off, there's a Green 4 faction. They had to interact with 9 laptops. They were able to get 6 of them before they were all killed off. And there were only 4 Green 4 players. They were playing as quote-unquote spies. Op 4 and Blue 4 had the means to hunt the spies down, and every spy that they killed... and then on top of killing them, they had to run up and interact with their body to pull intel from them. That gave the side 2 points. Blue 4 was able to kill all 4 spies and take the intel from all 4 bodies, so they were able to get 8 points, which trumps Green 4's 6 points, because they were only able to interact with 6 out of the 9 terminals. And then there is a mosque position right here, and whoever controls it by the end of the game gains an additional 5 points, and that is also going to be Blue 4. So Blue 4 is probably going to get a perfect score of 13 by the end of this. It's a nice idea, but with any idea, it really relies on the player bases to be on their A game. And the only one that really was Green 4. 20 minutes remaining. Blue 4 should have sent forces up to the radio mast, and Op 4 should have been hunting the spies more prolifically. Instead, they focused on putting units down. They're still up here. They're going to be up here the entire freaking game and not doing shit for 90 minutes. I'd imagine they should have mounted up and been ordered to move to the mosque position, but at 20 minutes, they're not even going to be able to get into the final AO by the end, so they're out of the game. Don't get me wrong, in terms of PvP concepts, this has probably been one of my favorite things to commentate on in a while, because it's a really cool concept. It relies on PvP itself for the objectives compared to static positions or sectors or whatnot. But, you know, I'm a little disappointed in Ezio, but at the same time, it's not just his fault. I know that, you know, some groups are really difficult to order to get them to do stuff, because they'll just do one thing and then sit there for the entire time unless they're engaged and then react to the contact. Now, anyway, guys, after every main OFCRA 90-minute event, they always have a bonus 30-minute round. Normally, I don't cover it. However, it's literally called Trouble in Among Us Town. And something like that deserves recognition, so I will be covering that 30-minute bonus round. And then we'll be doing Pog tonight at 7. And then after that, brief recess, we'll be making some chocolate chip cookies for Bloodwing. Then we'll be doing some mission dev streaming. But yeah, we see these guys, they're down to 2 Op 4 players. Blue 4 is still combing around and engaging them. It's not looking good. And he gets taken out. It's just up to Kermit. He's getting engaged from across the river. Op 4 have another squad that's deployed to the north, but because Op 4 is so spaced out, they're pretty much going to just send picket groups in, defeat themselves in detail, and Blue 4 is going to be able to strongly hold this area. Hey, Nem, how you doing? I'm okay. A little tipsy because we have the fun hydrate on. Well, it's up to Bloodwing to share, but she doesn't always like to share. Kermit, he's up a kill. Doing his best to hold, but he's not able to finish off anyone because there's just too many targets coming up to engage him. And that's giving the people that he shoots time to actually regroup and bandage themselves. Yeah, Bloodwing doesn't like to share, though. There's another fun hydrate. We have the remaining AO. We got OFCRA sending forces down from the UA community over to the mosque, but the mosque has a pretty strong defensive bulkhead on the northern side. Still more QRF coming up. Kermit takes a hit to the shoulder. Yeah, you can never get too drunk, right? Well, you guys are helping me out, though. I got to empty out a gallon jug to make a batch of hair cider for Dante. First account missing all of his shots, but Kermit getting a few shots on him. But again, not enough to execute him. He immediately takes fire from Robert on that corner. I think he just took a hit there. Quickly does attack reload. Also, Bloodwind made me buy a new chair, and that's really helped with my posture, too. And there goes Kermit. Wasn't able to get any confirmed kills there, and pretty much just got immediately pursued and taken out individually. Ah, so Blue 4's on this building right here, and that's what they've been working on. Rest in peace, Kermit. Righto, Vaguely Synthetic. Welcome back. How's Oscar 8 going along? Nem, I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't even started development. If you're on later tonight, though, after I finish the 3 missions I need to dev tonight, then I won't mind going over and working on that, but I've got about 30 or so missions I need to make for the month of September, and I've only made 5. Oh, man, and then some of them I can't even use for months now because of some other fiasco stuff that happened, but I'll explain it during mission dev. And I feel so bad about it too, but anyway. We got a random chance encounter here between OFCRA, a vehicle that had all of its wheels disabled, and the infantry back here, and then Blue 4 trying to push this position, but they've also taken casualties from what we can see. I couldn't tell you who's winning this fight. And then they got a guy all the way in a car back here. Oh, this was the group that was on foot. Interesting. But again, why are these guys just back here, staying here the entire time? This is a big squad of infantry, and they've just been chilling here the entire time. Literally bored off their butts for 90 minutes. Ain't that funny? And then funny enough, you got a position back here where it's just a few guys skirmishing off of each other, but after they engage each other and there's a winner, that's GG, because there won't be enough time for them to actually regroup. Anyway, looks like another Blue 4 guy died. In the back there, it's just Masano, but these guys don't have any hope to get back into the AO because the vehicle's disabled unless a friendly picks them up. So maybe this OFCRA Vic has enough room to pick up the remaining OFCRA guys here, but Blue 4's also got Vics coming up, so. Oh boy. Yaroslav gets knocked out. Krambus trying to throw some grenades up. They bounce off the rock. That puts him at an angle. Oh, and it knocks Masano out because he had his head first. Funny enough, Krambus thinks he's hitting that body right there, but now he's going to work on medical. The question is, can Masano wake up? And it looks like the guys up here have decided to dismount to instead overwatch the AO because they're an AT group. And you got OFCRA pushing in, 10 minutes remaining on the round. Kramus again double tapping the wrong body, but he doesn't know. So we can't fault him. Let's look back over here. Blue 4 putting a few guys forward. I'm not sure if they know that Op4 is up here yet, but they're getting in some decent defensive positions on these windows. They're just kind of waiting them out. Door slightly open. They see this truck right here, though, and the engine was smoked. And this is a dead Blue 4 guy. Okay, so they might know that Op4 is pushing through in this position here. We got Blue 4 crossing. Just saw Op4 in the open. Ooh! Brilliant headshot. And it looks like Warka's barely made it out by going onto the rooftop there. So yeah, there's definitely been some fighting around here, so Blue 4 knows that they're up here. Another Op4 group deployed, but there is now 9 minutes remaining. Now you got this Blue 4 garrison down here across the river to the south, basically suppressing Op4, but the angle's very limited. I feel like Op4, if they were to regroup their forces and make one big sweep in, even though it would cost them a lot of casualties, they'd be able to get into the mosque, but again, it's all for moot. Now, granted, I could be wrong. Maybe Blue 4 did miss a body and they'd end up tying with Green 4, but in the event of a tie, since I can't pay out more than one winner, it would just refund everyone's points because of limitations with Twitch. And we do have Warkas right here. He is up a kill. He does see some of them. Going for the headshot, unable to get it. But he does make them get their heads down. We do have Op4 with a helicopter. But it looks like it is just back here, not being utilized. They still got a guy in it, though. Looking at the other fight real quick, we've got Blue 4 Vix driving by. Looks like the Blue 4 player bled out, and they were able to stabilize Yaroslav. But the Blue 4 Vix are going to be able to drive by just fine. You got to remember, though, there is a 1-point bonus if you keep your commander alive. I completely forgot about that, and that did have Ivno there, so that would give Op4 a bit more of a chance. But even if Op4 took the mosque area and kept their commander alive, that would give them 6 points. But Blue 4's commander, I mean, alive, and if they got all 4 bodies of the CIA Green 4 guys, that would be 14 points total, so, yeah. Looks like Warkas just sniped Asner down, but only got the knockout. Asner still could wake back up, though. But that was a great pickoff. Time-wise, though, we're coming up on 8 minutes. I think I misread the time. When I said there was 10 minutes, I think there was actually 12 remaining, because it's an 8-minute safe start, plus 90 minutes, so total is 138 minutes. The question is, can these guys maneuver into the mosque in that 8-minute mark? The short answer is yes. The long answer is, on paper, yes, but actually in a firefight, I doubt they're going to be able to properly rush it. It's pretty much coming down to a now or never for Op4. It's just, again, they've got so much stuff out here. That's another thing, too. Op4 had this BMP, and it got 0 action. They never really committed it to anything. And even then, it's, in the remaining 8 minutes, it's not going to be able to be committed to anything. Blue 4's BMP, I don't even know where it went. But I don't even see a crew on it anymore. Last time I saw it, it was up here. But funny enough, on this fight, it's gotten to a 1v1 with Stifo and Pirate. And Renomon is still bleeding out. Probably stabilized at this point because Nasha shot him up earlier. But he's going to be unable to get up. But you got the remaining Blue 4 groups coming in. That's just Command, which is, I believe, Ivno and Zixme, which is a really good player. I think they're going to try to push in here, but they might be intercepted by Op4 as they're coming in. Here's the thing, though. I think Op4 have enough forces to push this mosque. But if they're able to kill off the Blue 4 commander, I don't know. We could still see a tie and all the points refunded because of this angle here, and if Blue 4 decides to just blindly drive right in. The question is OPFOR going to get the intercept? We can start hearing the Vix now. Hey, Ghost Wolf, how you doing, buddy? We're starting to see more Blue 4 cross the river to join up on the garrison. Mission end in 6 minutes. And again, a reminder to all of you, we will be covering the bonus round tonight, which is just an additional 30-minute round. And Golf for OPFOR is still fully intact. They're the ones doing the assault. Golf for Blue 4 is also still alive, fully intact. Back on the rear, but some forces are crossing in. I thought I just heard an autocannon shot, but I could be wrong. Wombat did DM me yesterday telling me to about the mission, and I decided to cover it. It does give me a little less time to cook, and I might have to start Pog late by a few minutes, but it's trouble in Among Us Town. Who wouldn't want to cover something like that? So you got Andriri right here under the bridge with a PSO scope on his AK, but he got spotted and engaged. Took a hit. He's going to have to reposition. Righto, Sniper. Hope you keep enjoying it. He is up a kill. And OPFOR starting to push this position. Alright, so they're pulling back. We got OPFOR getting on top of some of the buildings here. Very interesting. He's trying to take out Misu here, who doesn't realize he's actually under threat. This is actually OPFOR ground command. And he does have a -1, which does beg the question, but he's also naked. There's a lot of questions I have around OPFOR command here. But it looks like that VSS engaging him is overranged. And Gonzalez here doesn't realize that yet. Wait a minute. I guess Gonzalez will never realize it because he just got headshotted by possibly Warkus. Yep, 4 kills with that marksman rifle. That means he's gained 3 kills since we last checked on him because I think he only had 1. 3 minutes, though. Blue 4, this position being pushed, which means they have got to stop and engage these elements here. Even if this Blue 4 group gets wiped, which, I mean, Ukraine just died to a double grenade, and we just saw another Blue 4 guy get taken out from a crossfire. That stops OPFOR from getting their forces in the zone itself. Now you got Ezio pushing, which is risky because if he survives, the whole faction gets a point, but I think he realizes they're not going to get any points if people don't actually get into the mosque area. Now you hear that BMP firing for OPFOR. What they're engaging, I don't know. They might have killed Zixme. No, I lied to you. He's up here. So badass, he died, but he's back. Crazy, isn't it?
Guy from the mosque.
OPFOR pushing, 2 minutes remaining. They're in striking distance of the mosque. Can they get enough manpower in there? But look at the amount of manpower they have down. And we got another squad down here, but within 2 minutes, they'd have to literally charge into the AO to make it. BMP coming in with multiple reinforcements. They're gonna charge right in. They charged past. Maybe they're gonna mount up with the guys here. No, they're dismounting right here. All right. There's still a chance. There is still a chance OPFOR can take this mosque, but Zixme just got a great headshot from such a range with a red dotted AK. AT firing on the Moss position itself. 1 minute remaining. I feel like if OFCRA had a few more moments of time, they could actually take the Moss position here, but they're just short on the time to actually make it into the AO. And again, I think OFCRA has the manpower to actually take the Moss position, but they just don't have the time to do it. That's the issue. Great deployment on OFCRA from so many different sides. They got their BMP to provide local support. And he's blindly firing at the buildings over there, not realizing that this is what he should be focusing on, so he might run into some red-on-red incidents here. 30 seconds remaining. I just saw him fire at Nerdin, but miss, and then he realized that that was a friendly force. Got Nordic pushing in, Mike in. We just saw one of the sentries die off, but there it is, GG. All right. All right, that's wrong. Hold on. Yeah. All right, so here's the deal. That's kind of funny because OFCRA have the superior numbers, but again, a big chunk of them are all the way over here. So here's the thing. Blue 4 got all their points scored for holding the mosque and keeping their ground commander alive, but the spies glitched out and didn't actually score the points. But I can assure you that at least one of the spies' bodies got interacted with, because Blue 4 killed all 4 spies. And there's only one of them where it was questionable if they interact with the body, but we saw magazines indicating that the body was looted. So I am going to use my administrative judgment and say Blue 4 won, because that's the only thing that makes sense. Now, I think they're letting the operation continue right now because of this fight here, but we see that Blue 4 has actually turned the fight around and repelled that first wave of OPFOR. Yeah, exactly, Speed, but it didn't count the points. So I'm assuming that the points to tally were glitched out for that final roster, but it still showed 6v6 in terms of Blue 4 versus Green 4 in terms of point value. So again, Blue 4 I know won. I've been saying that all at the beginning of the op. OCAP stopped and there was some sort of explosion on the mosque, and that blew up part of the mosque position. Ah, by an A-10 bomb run. All right. All right, guys, so here's the deal. There's the mission going. We're going to now be pushed into the bonus round. I will be covering that, but I'm going to go AFK real quick to throw a cup of flour, some paprika, and some other stuff into a pot. Hell yeah.